I think we can...
Much fun in the semi-finals where both sides were ousting, I suppose, possible favourites in Surrey and Lancashire. Let's have a look at the sides that were announced by these two popular and admirable captains, Matthew Maynard and Mark Alleyne. And we're ready now with Mike Smith, who's about to bowl early in the piece to Robert Croft. Now, one of the risks of sending in the fellow who's going to give it a bang from the start, as Croft is supposed to do, is if the ball's moving around at all, you can end up wasting time. I mean, attempts at scoring do work, and people have got after new ball bowlers, but there was a little bit in it for Mike Smith early on, who's a very handy performer. And you can see the ball just doing enough. Matthew Elliott, of course, who made Test match 100 here, finding it quite tough going. And Mike Smith gets the ball to move late. He gets it to nip a bit off the surface as well. However, when Croft gets it, he really gets it. He's a very, very natural timer of the ball. It was the most wonderful strike through extra cover. And quite unusual to see him standing that far out of his ground, almost to get at the bowler.
In the air. And a good take. Brilliant stuff. Harvey induced the false stroke and it swirled away towards extra cover, beat that fielder, and then Lewis came around, took a wonderful diving catch.
Well, this is a terrific catch by John Lewis. Robert Croft looking to hit the ball through the leg side. Ian Harvey's finding that away movement again, takes the leading edge, and John Lewis, full stretch, takes a wonderful catch. That's the end of Robert Croft. And Glamorgan are 18 for 1.
A bit of room there for the stroke for Matthew Elliott. I had the feeling he was trying to hit over extra cover, drive them straight down the ground.
Very positive shot from Matt Elliott. High and handsome over the bowler's head. It was over pitch from Mike Smith, and a bit of room. He's done well to get that straight. Good looking one-day wicket prepared. Matthew Maynard won the toss, didn't have any hesitation at all, decided to bat first. It's quite an unusual decision. Lord's finals, normally you win the toss, you decide to have a bowl.
Gold him. Terrific piece of bowling from Ian Harvey. He's been the man of the moment for this final, and he snuck one through, and that's a major blow for Glamorgan.
Elliott aiming through extra cover. And you'll find he's dragged this one off the inside edge. Big inside edge onto leg stump. Elliott's gone and Gloucestershire celebrate. Harvey's done it again.
Well, the departure of Matthew Elliott, bowled by Ian Harvey. Next man in is Matthew Maynard.
And it's always good to see Matthew Maynard at the crease. He really is a cracking performer. Immediately an idea of his timing. That's such a hard stroke to play. He made that 100, of course, in the semi-final when Glamorgan beat Surrey down in Cardiff. And it looked to me, right at the start of his innings, as he was just continuing on with that form. I like the look of Michael Powell as well, who's got very good shape when he plays his strokes. He's nice and low over the ball. And that was the point at which the 50 came up for Glamorgan. Just a little problem or two at the start, so the run rate isn't very good. It's a question of whether these two players, probably the classiest players in the Glamorgan side, were able to do something about it. Maynard was just standing up on the back foot, hitting through extra cover. And those two shots that we've seen in play, the one through sort of squarish mid-wicket and that one through cover off the back foot, two very difficult strokes to play Lovely balance and great timing. Interesting that Jack Russell has come to stand up to both the batsmen here. Puts a little bit of pressure on. Good one. Oh, that's a cracker. Well, they talk in hallowed terms about the potential of Mike Powell. He really does look a talented young man.
Now, it's not quite desperation time for Glamorgan, but they do need 2 big overs. They need to get them before the 25th over, the halfway mark. Get them up to 4 runs per over as their current run rate. That's very important. At the moment, the Gloucestershire side are just pulling them back, 66 for 2 at the moment. I like that. That is a beauty. He tends to play that pull shot without any great movement of the feet, but he's perfectly coordinated and always seems to be in position with time to play the stroke.
Beautiful shot. It took some pace off Elaine, but not enough.
Well, this is a terrific shot from Michael Powell. We saw him earlier play a classy on drive, and this straight drive from Mark Elaine is every bit as good.
And that's beautifully struck again. Matthew Maynard so strong on the leg side. Had fairly raced away through mid-wicket. And that's beautifully struck again. So many boundaries now coming on the leg side. Michael Powell in on the act.
Jack Russell's brilliant wicket-keeping has been one of the features of the first half of the Glamorgan innings. He's always there, breathing down your neck and in your ear as well, waiting for an opportunity. Not always his work is totally tidy, but it's very effective, snapping at your heels. And one of the most important things is standing up to the stumps of the Gloucestershire medium pacers. It means it's very difficult for the Glamorgan batsmen to leave their crease. They can't really take liberties. And they have to be really on their guard. Another virtuoso performance from Jack Russell.
Very important partnership this has been. It's taken the initiative away from Gloucestershire, who got 2 early wickets. Beautiful shot. It really is well struck. Stand and deliver. And that's Matthew Maynard's 50. Classic shot to bring it up with 2. Just 64 balls, and he came in at 24 for 2.
$110 for 2 from 30 overs at this stage. Richie Benner made the point that they needed to be up at around 4 and over, so they're just off that. The key, though, that Powell and Maynard are really starting to hit their straps. 2 wickets for Ian Harvey, 2 for 17. He's bowled really, really well. A bit more of Michael Powell and a bit more of Gloucestershire's wonderful out cricket. They've done the basics very, very well already so far in this cup final. A danger of Glamorgan getting away from them has been resisted by the way they've made sure they've bowled straight. That is the 100 partnership for Matthew Maynard and Michael Powell. And very good crowd in here at Lord's, partisan, friendly, and having a lot of fun in the sunshine.
Great shot, the in-swinger from Elaine. Dispatched with such authority through extra cover. Maynard's on fire at Lord's. He's picked that up well, that could go all the way. And it has. Mike Smith palming it round the post for 4. More joy for Glamorgan. Catch it! He's gone. The quicker ball from Snape. It's done the trick. Powell caught and bowled. He really has bowled well, Jeremy Snape. He's varied his pace. He's kept the batsman guessing. And he's come up with the goods.
Very much a learning experience, that innings, for Michael Powell. Made a good fist of it, really, in the end, but always struggled with his timing. And this is a good example, really, of what brought his downfall. Just trying to force it away on the onside, getting a bit of a leading edge. Simple catch back to Jeremy Snape. But Powell made a good contribution there to the partnership, the third wicket partnership, with 48, and Glamorgan go to 161 for 3.
It's only just now that Glamorgan have really got cracking, and they've got their current rate up now above 4. It took them a long time to do it. It's been really hard work. 173 for 3 now, and 41.1 overs. Oh dear. That would have been very, very close had the ball been taken, but in the hustle and bustle, the anguish and anxiety to get it back to the stumps, it's dropped. They're gone. Oh dear me. That was always going to be tight with the fielder rushing in. Windows has got it. A dive underarm throw. No chance.
And that's one of the values of having Jack Russell up to the stumps. It caused indecision between Dale and Maynard as to whether they should run. And then he took off, tried to get back, and a good piece of fielding by Matt Windows.
James Avery's the bowler. Oh, shot. He's played some wonderful stroke today, Matthew Maynard, but none better than that.
Power and timing right in the slot, and he didn't miss out. He has powered this away in the air for a while. Mark Lane, no chance.
It's gone. James trying to angle the ball down to third man, looked as though that was the stroke that was on, and Avis has picked up the wicket. 192 for 5 now.
He's made a real mess of that stump. The camera stumps, looking worse for wear. Steve James departs for 7. 192 for 5.
Ah, that's beautifully bowled. Wonderful piece of bowling from Ian Harvey. Completely confused the batsman, Keith Newell. And it looked like an outside edge that just lofted up to short cover. Wonderful change of pace.
Clever. Very, very clever. This man is superb in the last few overs, Ian Harvey. A real change of pace. Came out like a leg break. Newell was at all at sea. Just chipped it straight up in the air. He departs for 1. And so much now depends on Matthew Maynard.
And he's got to his 100. Brilliant innings from the Glamorgan captain, Matthew Maynard. Applause from the balcony. Applause from this crowd at Lord's. What a fighting knock. Avery to Shaw. That's a slower ball, and it's done him. Kim Barnett, the catcher at mid-wicket. Ian Harvey's picked one up with a slower ball. Now James Avery has followed suit. Excellent bowling. Great shot. Great shot, 4 runs. Alex Swarf, well, he's enjoying it. I was talking about him nudging singles to support his captain, and he's gone for the boundary. That's got to be close. He's given him. George Sharp says that's good enough for me. Tremendous bowling by Ian Harvey.
Well, this was absolutely stone dead. Ian Harvey, a quicker ball. It's 81 on the speedometer. It's hit Alex Swarf right on the toe. It's marginal whether he's got outside the line. George Sharp's decided that that's hit him in line with off stump and going on to hit the stumps.
Oh, yes.
And he's gone. Harvey's done it again. He's picked up his 5th wicket. Watkin goes, hitting to leg, clean bowled. It's only the 3rd time in Benson's finals that 5 wickets has been taken by a bowler. Steve Jeffries and Joel Garner previously, and now Ian Harvey can add his name to that list. Harvey to Parkin. And he's gone. Kim Barnett from backward point. He's only had 1 stump to aim at. Matthew Maynard did the right thing. He had to get back on strike. But he's out.
That was a marvellous effort from Matthew Maynard. He held things together for Glamorgan. It wasn't easy out there. Equally, it wasn't difficult, and it was a great credit to the way that Gloucestershire bowled, that they hung on to Glamorgan. 225, though, is a decent effort and will be a test for the Gloucestershire batsman. 5 for 34, Ian Harvey. He really did bowl outstandingly well. 2 for 49, James Overis. 1 for 37 for Jeremy Snape. Welcome back. 226 for Gloucestershire to win this cup final at a rate of just over 4.5 per over.
Beautiful shot. This could be the first boundary for Gloucestershire, and it is. Lovely cover drive from Kim Barnett. That's a great shot. Gee whiz. Pretty much a loose nut, but you've got to put him away. And he's done it in style. Again, he's gone after it. A very poor delivery. And this is a very good start from Gloucestershire. 3 boundaries in 1.5 overs. In the air, just wide. No holding back for Kim Barnett. He struck that with power.
Well, this is the area that Owen Parkin really doesn't want to bowl to Kim Barnett. Plenty of room and width outside off stump, enabling Barnett to throw his arms at it. Wasn't far away from the point.
And more runs. Excellent start for Gloucestershire. Beautifully timed. Shorter boundary, but that's excellent timing.
Well, this time Parkin straight onto leg stump. And Tim Hancock's quickly on it. He's waited on it. Just turned the wrists. It's a great start for Gloucester.
Great shot. That's one of the best of the match. Exquisite timing.
This is the comparison. Gloucester 31 for naught after 4 overs. After 4 overs, Glamorgan were 14. So it's been a good start by Gloucestershire.
Beautiful. Doesn't even bother to run 1 step. And why would you when you time it like that?
Well, that's another wide swinging half volley from Owen Parkin. Kim Barnett, as we've seen already, doesn't miss those. And with that boundary, he goes second in the all-time list of B&H run scorers, ahead of Mike Gatting and only Graham Gooch to beat.
And another 4 in the same region. They will bowl full and they will bowl wide, and the ball will go for 4.
You just wonder how much planning Glamorgan have done with Kim Barnett, because they're just bowling to his strengths at the moment. Wide and full is really the area that he scores in and has done for 20 years in county cricket.
That wide brings up the 50 for Gloucestershire in the 9th over.
Let's fetch it for one of the supporters. Far away from the man at slip. Might just as well have been a mile. That's a beautiful stroke. Always gives himself that little bit of room, which just concerts the bowlers. That was a lovely shot.
There's a spoil at the over for Alex Wharf. It was the last ball. It would have been a maiden if that had been a dot. He's overpitched and paid the price. Barnett's so strong through the offside. Shuffles into line. Wharf knows it.
The breakthrough, the spinner has done it. Robert Croft, fresh from his triumphs against the West Indies the other day, has slipped in for the first wicket. Kim Barnett has gone.
Well, he's dragged this ball on from a good couple of feet outside off stump, looking for the cover drive. Just a little bit of turn. He's pulled that on. A good yard outside off stump onto his leg peg. Off came the bails. First wicket down.
$80 for 1, the man out, Kim Barnett, bowled by Robert Croft, playing on 39 from 42 deliveries. Hancock is still there on 37. A lot of batting to come in that Gloucestershire side. Well, it's an interesting take, and the fielders, the Glamorgan fielders, reckon they're in with a chance. The batsmen are going to have a chat. The umpires called for television replays.
Alex Wharf was the fielder. It looked like he was shaping to throw the bowler's end for a second. Switched ends. A direct hit would have definitely sent him on his way. It's just taken a bit of time to retrieve it, and Cunliffe made his ground.
It's nearly a wide. Instead, it's 4. 2 wide and 2 short. Good shot. Shout to catch it. But when you're as committed to a stroke as that, you're more likely to get away with a miss it. Not that that would miss it at all. It was a splendidly flamboyant on drive.
Nearly.
50 for Tim Hancock. Really good innings. Lovely attacking play, good intelligent running between the wickets, But he has set Gloucestershire up here. 225 Glamorgan. So there's another 113 needed for Gloucestershire to win the game at a rate of 4.35 and over. That's nice and cosy if you play anything like. Good stroke. Goodness, what a bit of timing that was. It's 4. Length ball at middle stump and nothing more than a defensive punch.
Bit of bounce and he's gone. So Watkin coming back has had some success. Cunliffe is gone. Very good delivery too.
Tremendous delivery from Steve Watkin. A corridor of uncertainty outside off stump. He's a tall man, good wrist action. He got the ball to bounce. It surprised Cunliffe. Either taking the edge or the glove. And the simplest of catches through the shore.
He's caught it. What a brilliant catch. I was going to say just wide, but that is absolutely brilliant. Owen Parker, nothing's gone right for him most of the day, and he's just taken a sensational catch, and Tim Hancock has been dismissed for 60.
Well, this wicket really has got Glamorgan back in the game. Tim Hancock aiming on the leg side, a leading edge, and Owen Parkin's done ever so well. Those are so difficult on your follow through. He's over the moon. Hancock's gone. It's a good knock for 60. Gloucestershire 131 for 3. Run rate just creeping up towards 5 and over.
And just misses the stumps. Well, this is a very tense part of the game. A few nerves out there, even from experienced players. Brought the crowd alive.
Well, it's a very confident shot, second ball. It wasn't all that short. A real West Indian flavour to it. On the up from Marker Lane.
That's a very good shot. It's running down the hill. Superb timing. Just over pitching from Owen Parkin. And as you've seen today, it's been put away.
And that's what Gloucestershire supporters are hoping.
Comparison there, Glamorgan 126 for 2, so it's not all that much difference between them. Gloucestershire 144 for 3 now with windows on 10. Very, very good shot. He's known around the circuit as a player who can play the pull shot well. That one wasn't all that short, but it came right off the meat of the bat. .150 on the board now for Gloucestershire. They've done well, just a little bit of a hiccup when the last wicket went. Windows has asserted himself already out there. Into the 34th over. Windows has made 15. That's the one Windows wanted. That's a good shot. He played one of those earlier of Parkin. That's a beautiful pull shot.
It's a good hit. Just made it look seriously simple. Plonked a foot down the pitch and mowed it over wide mid-on. Great hit. Really hit it hard. Matt Windows.
Well, you get the feeling that Gloucester are in a hurry to win this match.
That's another lovely stroke. Played with so little fuss. He really is a good back foot player. It takes him to an exquisite 50. 2 needed to win the cup. The scores are level. 225 for 3 for Gloucestershire, plays 225 that Glamorgan made in their 50 overs. Very difficult day for the Glamorgan boys who came here with such hope. That's it. Gloucestershire have won the Benson and Hedges Cup in the year 2000, and they've done it in fine style with more than 3 overs to spare. 226 for 3 they ended up on, with Matt Windows unbeaten 53 and Mark Lane unbeaten with 40. Tim Hancock set the tone with Kim Barnett, 60 and 39 respectively, and then Rob Cunliffe with 24 kept the momentum going, which was important after that very, very good start. Very enjoyable batting by Gloucestershire today. They cashed in on a nervous start by Glamorgan, and they made it count. It was a thoroughly impressive performance throughout the whole day. That's 3 cup final wins in a row. Here's their captain now, Mark Lane.